preview, AK47 here on Prime Trading Investments and from Tradecaster.com. It's the last full week of May. That's right, May 20th through the May 24th. Next Monday, not tomorrow, but next Monday, the 27th, is Memorial Day, a holiday here in the United States. The market will be closed, so only a 4-day week next week. But this coming week, got our 5-day week ahead. Also, NVDA earnings is coming up on Wednesday with FOMC. It is going to be a big Wednesday. And I think we could get a little choppier and not so much movement on Monday and Tuesday from some of these plays. Let's break them down, and let's start with FFI here. And you're like, God, what is this play you're on right here, AK? This is one of those meme plays that, yes, literally, truly, last Monday, this ticker was at 4, 5, 6, 7 cents and went all the way up to $3.90. Now, GameStop, AMC, others did not fare as well as FFIE, but this had one last big day on its leg of the run up here. You just kept going up, up, and up. So I think we still could see some movement maybe this week from FFIE. Probably Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is when this will start to die back down and get back below 75 and then to 50 cents and then maybe even below 50 cents. This will crack down to like 40 cents to 30 cents, I think, is easily on watch in the run of this. And that most likely is going to happen at the end of the week. I think at first, traders are still going to come back over here on Monday and Tuesday, along with other small cap plays, seeing 2, 3, 4, 500% gainers. Would not be surprised if we see those in pre-market slowly dying off by Thursday, Friday, and then, of course, then have that 3-day weekend for Memorial Day coming back from it, and that very last few days of May into June, over a week from now. I think that's when small caps will die back off on again. So have some fun this week. I think we'll have another round of fun in small caps with FFIE trying to lead the charge and other small cap plays getting some big gap ups in the morning. So look for that for the next couple of days. I would imagine we continue that. I don't think we get any higher than this 2 to 230 mark, 235 mark, but it is possible to see another move back up into the twos. Either 390 is the high in this run. When you go from 390 all the way down to 75 cents, which I called this for this to happen, and after hours on Friday, was definitely one of the ones I was looking for. Let's just go over to Tradecaster, and you can see here. I don't know exactly where I probably put it at. Here we go. Called it down to 80 cents and could see 60 cents. So not a surprise there that we did see that on Friday. But when you go from 3.90 all the way down to $1 and then down to where I said it would get to in after hours, yes, traders are going to try to pump this up Monday, maybe Tuesday. But no lie and no offense to take. Those are idiot traders. Who would ever, oh yeah, from 3.90 down to 75 cents. Let's go long, diamond hands. Yeah, massive viral there. All right, to SPY, and let's get to the levels this week. And I've been talking about this since Friday the 3rd in that downtrend break. We broke the original all-time highs that we had back earlier this year in a beautiful downtrend and all these touches till we finally broke it on the 3rd of May. And we've been going up ever since then. So put your lines in and trade them. Just like it's a 3, 5, 2, 1 minute chart, whatever you use, 10-minute chart on the day, use the daily the same. Look, you could have been in on this day and you'd be banking. Now that's what I know. I teach a lot of traders in chat. I don't swing trade that fully yet. I will want to get there at some point in time, but it's pretty easy to tell. Just like this, if you ever see a day like this, and you have a flag break, or you have a downtrend break, we go up, right? That's what you're looking at. Putting your lines in and trading it. Breaks the flag, goes up. And so look for that on your daily. Now, back to levels this week. I think key levels Monday and Tuesday, it's going to be choppy heading into Wednesday with an FOMC and NVDA earnings report. The last big ER for this year is NVDA, and it's a big daddy. Monday and Tuesday could be choppy, with Wednesday, Thursday, Friday getting crazy. And so the main key area right here for me for the SPY is 527.30, right around that area where we bounced on Wednesday and then on Friday and held it. The top part of the channel is right around 531. So if we can get that to me is the channel being created right now, right through this area. If we crack that 527.30 mark, watch for a pullback down, and this is going to be some support anywhere from this 526.50 down to 525.50 area. If we crack that, we're down through 525 in my opinion, and working our way down to where? This 524 to 523 area. Now the original, if you go back into this, you can see here, the original 52-week high was right around that 525 mark down to 523.4 mark. That is going to be my normal low of the week. With bad NVDA earnings, if it's bad, watch for a move down to 522.50 and then down to 520 for your ultimate low of the week. Your normal, 525 to 524, your ultimate down to 520. I don't quite think we get to this little sandwich area of 518, but 520 maybe even 518 on watch. Now for your way back on up, over 530 and 531 in this 531.50 area with good earnings, which I think we say choppy Monday, Tuesday, into FOMC and NVDA earnings on Wednesday, but Wednesday's the day. If we crack this, we're going down. It could go down hard with bad earnings, and we'll see what we got the FOMC. We go over 531.50. We're hitting 532.50, 533.50, and 534. 533.50 to 534, normal high of the week. Ultimate high of the week's taking it over 535 to 538.75. We could even see 540 this week with the SPY. Over to the Apple now. Apple, again, let's kind of go through these areas with earnings, right? Has the same kind of look as the SPY in this channel up top, with 191 being the tops and 189, we'll call it, being the bottoms. Under this 189 mark, we're flying our way back down to 188, down to 187.75 area. Underneath that, then we're moving right back down to this area of 187, and under 187 down to 186. Under 186, which would be my typical normal low of the week. Your bigger low of the week through 186 in bad earnings from NVDA would take it down to this 185 area right through here, and then down to 184. 184 down to around 183 for your ultimate low of week. Your high of week, well, you know, back over 191 where we're going up. And where are we going to? Well, where we went earlier this year, and I think we could easily see 200. So normal high of the week, over that 191 mark, we're moving up to 192.50, and then up to 194 to 195. 194 to 195, normal high of the week. Ultimate high then squeezes up to 196, over that to 197.50, and then over that to 199.200 for your ultimate high of the week. AMD as well could move with the chip plays. I think we're going to be range bound the first Monday and first 2 days anyway. 162 being the bottom, maybe down to 160, with the tops being 168 to 170. And I think we channel below or in between those. Now, if you're looking for a trade, it's when we crack those areas, 162 and 160, we will find our way down to 158, then down to 156. That'll be we'll go 158 to 156 normal low of the week. Your ultimate low of the week would crack it back down to 154, and below that down to 152. I don't quite think we get back down to 150, but we could see 151, 152 with bad earnings from NVDA. This could move quite a bit, I think, in my opinion. One last big jolt before we kind of level out for summer. On your way up, we know over 168 to 170 is going to be key. Then you just go back to earlier this year and find out what's over that. In my opinion, 173.50 or 172.50 to 173 is next. That'll be my normal high of the week. My ultimate high of the week would take it up to 175, 177 area, potentially up to 180. So 175 to 180, ultimate high of the week with good earnings from NVDA. Now ARM, let's get over to ARM, another chip play that could also move as well. So let's go back 15 days here. Don't want to go back that far or into that short amount of time because I know we're working with a lot of charting. And the key area is 110, resistance, 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 right? Now bouncing on it. 110 support with the main resistance being right around 117.50 to 118 area. Back under 110, watch for the pullback down to 108. Under 108 down to 106.70, and under that to 106. Under 106, zoom out just so I can see this a little cleaner. Under 106, watch for a move down to around 105, 105.20 area, and below that down to 104. I will say, because we have been moving a little bit bigger with ARM. Last week we ranged $8 from top to bottom. My normal low of the week will be right around that 104 mark. Sorry, my bad. One around the 104 mark. With your bigger low of the week, ultimate low with bad NVDA earnings coming down to this 101.50 mark, possibly down to 100. For your move up, watch over 112, 112.50, 60 to 114. Over that to 116, that's key resistance. Then to 116.80. Over that to 118, and 118.85 will be my normal high of the week. We're just going to be range bound, and we can pop our way back up to there possibly. Over that 118.90 mark, we'll just call it 119. Watch for a move to 120 with good earnings with NVDA, potentially up to 122, 121.50 area. Over to Google. Google on its way up on this nice trend line as well. Had the downtrend break. Now we have the trend line going right here. So Google, watch for that trend line crack, which is right around 176 for the move down to 175. Below that to 174, and then down to 173.30 area. Somewhere in there. That is my normal low of the week. My ultimate low would then crack it back on down to 172, potentially 170 with bad earnings from NVDA. Now on the way back on up, we don't have much more to work with here, but we do look like we want to squeeze. Over 178, you can tell we really don't have a lot of charting to work with right there. Overall, we just don't have anything up there for Google. And so, in my opinion, over 177.50 to 180. Over 180 to 182.50. 182.50 will be my normal high of the week. My ultimate high of the week would take it to, and I know it seems kind of far-fetched, but over 182.50, we will see what? 183.65. And with good earnings from NVDA, we're at all-time highs here at 185 for Google. Meta. Again, I think a lot of these plays can run with the SPY. NVDA this week, when it has the earnings, I think a lot of these plays are going to see some movement. There will only be a couple that kind of do their own thing or in my opinion, might end up being stalemate. So we'll go into the 15 day. You can see here in this channel for the most part for the past almost 2 weeks now. So we'll zoom in. Whoopsies. Zoom in about right there. And know that 470 down to 468.50 is going to be strong support. Below that, we're finding our way down to around 466, and under 466, you're going to find your way down to around 463. Bounce there, and pretty much bounce there. Somewhere around 462 to 463 is my normal low of the week. My ultimate low of the week would crack it back down through 460, down to 455, potentially 453 area. For your move back on up, over 473 to 474 to 476.65 area. Over that to 478, and over 478, I think we could. We're pretty range bound. That was just a 1 day, so that is $20. All right, so your normal high of the week is going to get to at least 478 to 480. Over 480, I will include 482.50 as your normal high of the week. We are moving at least about $10 up and down either way. Possible $20 up and down move for Meta. So 482.50 is my normal high of the week. My ultimate high, where do you think we got to go to? That 4 hour and move it back through that strong area, which is going to be strong to get through. But with NVDA earnings coming out, we can move easily and bust up to 487 or so, 488.75 ultimate high of the week for Meta. For Microsoft, pretty channel bound. This one could kind of do its own thing, honestly, in my opinion. 418's real key support. Under that to 416, 415 area. I don't think we get any lower than that this week unless it's bad. NVDA earnings and SPY and FOMC and everything's just having a bad sell-off, and we're having one of those days or two where it's just like, wow, everything's moving together. We don't get that all the time. If that happens, watch for a move down to 412, potentially 410-ish area, somewhere in here for your ultimate low of the week. For your move up, over 420 to 422, then to 423, and then to 423.65. In my opinion, we could easily get back to this 425.45 area for your normal high of the week. And your ultimate high, well, we'll just go back so you can see here, would then take it up to that 430 area, right around 430 for your ultimate high of the week for Microsoft with everything running together and it runs up. Netflix, definitely channel bound as well, as you can see here, big time over the past week and a half. Not a big fan of that. Does get good movement some days, but over the 626, 627 mark, that's where this could really take on off. If and when we do get that, watch for a move overall, in my opinion, back up for the week to 640. Now, I don't know exactly how high this can get to, but I think easily could get up to 640. That is going to be my ultimate high of the week. My normal high of the week, we stay channel bound and can't get out of 627, 628. Maybe we make a new high at 630, but 630-ish, 627, somewhere in there is your normal high of the week, with 640 being your ultimate high. For your move back on down, I think we stay channel bound for the week as well. Watch under 418 to 618, I should say, to 610. Then down, possibly down around 605, 608, somewhere in there. That'll be my normal low of the week, 610 to 605. Your ultimate low, watch for move back down to 600, and then potentially could see that 590 area under 600. Let's go over to the monster that is going to be this week, NVDA. Almost hit all-time highs on Thursday, so we're already up and away here. Where do we go from here on out? And boy, we're going to have fun. Under this 920 area, watch for move down to 915, and then down to 915, I should say down to around 908. We've had for about a week plus really strong resistance from that area. So 920 down to around 910, we'll call it, is strong support. Underneath that, even more support again, then down to 900. Now, I will call 890, your normal low of the week, because it's going to be so hard to get through that. Even if we do, it's going to take some time. Under 890, bad earnings from NVDA, moves down to 880, then down to 865. In my opinion, we go through 850 down to 840. 840, potentially down all the way to 810 for your ultimate low of the week. For your move back on up, 940 is going to be key up to 950. Over that to 960. 960 breaks, you know where we're going, all-time high area of 975. Over 960, 965, you can see 975. That's going to be tough resistance. Normal high of the week is 965 to 975. Ultimate high of the week with good earnings on NVDA, we will see 1,000 easily, if not a little more. Over to the Q. Sitting here in a channel over the last couple of days as well, kind of like the SPY here. Working our way back on down. A little bit more sloopy and droopy compared to the SPY. I will say 499, 449, 449.50, area needs a hold. We're cracking down to 448, then down to 447, 446.50 area. Zoom in from here now. Under this 446.50 area, watch for a move down to right there of 445 for my normal low of the week. My ultimate low of the week would crack it to 444. Bad earnings from NVDA, we're down to 442, potentially 440. 442 to 440, ultimate low of the week. For your move back on up, over 452 to 453, and over that to 454. And then over that, right there to all-time highs of 454.69. That'll be my normal high of the week. I think we can chop around there the first 2 days. Then with good earnings from NVDA and the FOMC, this could see over 455. You got it. And you're like, no way. Is he going to say 460? This could see 460. All-time highs for QQQ over 455. And last, well, no, two left. SMCI is going to run big with NVDA as well. SMCI is going to run big as well. So watch this under the 880 mark. Under 880, we will find our way all the way back down to 840, 830 area. That'll be my normal low of the week, somewhere in all of this 840, 830 resistance we couldn't get over from before. With your ultimate low of the week, with bad earnings from NVDA, taking it down to right here of 790. And below that down to around 765. 790 to 765 for your ultimate low of the week. For your move back on up, watch for move back over 900 and over 900 to 920. Over 920, 925, 30 area for a move to 940. Over that to 950. Over 950 to 970. 970 will be my normal high of the week. 970 with your ultimate high of the week. Taking it back to that other big number. And it'll be a race almost pound for pound of who's more expensive. And I think NVDA probably still wins in the end, which one's worth more and more expensive. But this will be ultimate high of the week. Watch for that move back to 1,000 as well. Tesla, now last but not least, Tesla here. I think this is the one that can kind of do its own thing this week and doesn't really care what others are doing. Over this 180 mark for a move up to 181.50. Over 181.50 to 183 or 182.50. Over 182.50, watch for a pop to 185 for your normal high of the week. Your ultimate high of the week would take it to 187.50 and then possibly to 188.75. I don't quite think we'll get there, and it's going to be really hard, in my opinion, even just get to 185, which will be my normal high of the week with your ultimate right there at that 187.50 mark and maybe a hair over it. For short city limits, watch under 176 for the move down to 175. We'll call it 70-80 area. All that's going to be tough to get through. Down to 174 and potentially right here at 173. Under that, which we saw Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 173 down to 172 is strong support. That is going to be my normal low of the week, 172 to 171.50, right through there. With your ultimate low of the week, and maybe this runs with the market or NVDA earnings, watch for a move right down here to 171, under 171 to 170. And 170 will be your ultimate low of the week and maybe a hair below it. I will get now there's your breakdown for the week. Big week ahead. I think Monday, Tuesday is going to be a little choppier. Pay attention to that into FOMC and NVDA earnings on Wednesday. Don't forget Monday the 27th. We are going to be off. So a week from Monday the 20th, Memorial Day. The market is closed, so only a 4-day week. And I will be putting out part 2 of my charting lesson tomorrow as well. So I'm going to record that in the morning. Go over, after I send out my morning alerts to everybody, go over my favorite plays, break those down, and kind of how I'm going over plays in pre-market from small cap to large caps, and show you what you should be doing every morning in pre-market into the opening bell. Until next time, let's go Nuggets! Game 7 tonight. Let's get to those Western Conference Finals, baby.